Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris Under the Admin Cap. Tall Small. I'm your host, Colors Fate. It's episode 3. It's the year 2267. Everybody hates us. Kind of reminds me of middle school. So here we are. Right here, Stark Enterprises. Amidst the growing map. A bunch of people are just not friendly at all. And this is interesting. Let's see, what do we have with these guys? Nothing with them, and they don't want a defensive cap. We have commercial and research agreements with them. This group, we don't have a commercial pact with them. I wonder what it would take to get it from them. Their opinion is +8, their base is -50 because of distance. Oh, okay. What about a research agreement? 91. Interesting. Okay. These guys are the ones who hate us the most. The Wasari mandate. They're hegemonic imperialists. They're egalitarian like us, but they're fanatic xenophobes. So we got fanatic xenophobes right next door to us. Right here. Big pain in the butt. I don't know that we can come up with we just don't have enough alloys. I don't know that we can come up with enough to ward them off. So we're gonna see what we can do. I don't know if we can do anything, but we're going to give it a try. Let's see. So, ship build costs reduced by 10%. It's 10%, it's 10%. We're currently busy with species modification. We're modifying our species. It's going to take a while. Breathe in, breathe out. Available. Probe the dimensional portal. All these things kind of take too much time right now for me to want to spend any time on them. So, the Fellowship is a little early game event, and the Cultist Marauders went over there, but unfortunately, that's a part on the board we may never get to. So,
upscaling complete.
They ran and got away from us. Cold fusion reactor. We don't need colony development speed because we're not going to be there for a long time. I'm going to grab auxiliary fire control because it's cheap. We're not going to be colonizing another planet for quite some time. This planet really needs more amenities. I suppose. I really don't want to waste a slot this early on it, but there we go. Let's give them holo theaters and hope that it makes them happy and productive. These guys are short 2 jobs, so let's get that going. Another new contact. Who else is going to hate us? Oh, they're spiritualists. They're fanatic authoritarians. So they're evangelizing. Another group of evangelizing zealots. Everybody on this map has been so utterly horrible. Here's some evangelizing zealots, some more evangelizing zealots, some more evangelizing zealots. So there's 3 groups of those. And then hegemonic imperialists. Brother, it's just... Oh my gosh. This map has sucked since the beginning. The word that we can't pronounce, escape pod, drifted into our space recently after a particularly violent clash between 2 warring clans of the thing we can't pronounce raiders. Border patrol units intercepted the pod and opened it, revealing a grateful something we can't pronounce flag officer. The Admiral has pledged service and death at no cost. Welcome aboard, Admiral. Well, that's fine, because I don't think we actually had anybody for our fleet. So, he can do it. He has evasion +10% and ship fire rate +10%. He's nice. He's a good dude. These guys here, the raiders that we can't pronounce, the Copenjaxi, that's what we're going to call it. Like to hire a leader. Actually, never mind. Let's see, we'd like to, so we'd have to have a rival before we could pay them to go raid. Okay, well, if I make the Wasari our rivals, then unfortunately, that would make things worse. It'd be more apt to go to war with us, which is not what I want. So, communications jammer, sublight speed. I want this disruption field generator. shield hit points, so that'll be
Upscaling
right there.
complete.
I have this down here, but we don't really feel like this is going to help. I was saying it last episode. My gut feeling is the Wasari Mandate are going to come in here and take all these systems all the way up to probably Eam. We might be able to hold them there.
Actualized.
There's the cruiser, which would be really nice if planet build speed. It's cheap. We should probably get it. We also need this railgun though. And Sirius has an unemployed pop, so let's put them to work.
Upscaling complete.
And let's clear those blockers now. We can do that. We have some money now. Which reminds me, since we have some money. Okay, a small Kopenjaxi shuttle recently crossed into our space, pursued by raiders. We are not certain why they are being chased by their own people, but the raiders withdrew when they were challenged by our border security. By rights of salvage.
Upscaling complete.
Oh, no. I wanted to buy these. I wanted to buy about that many of them. There, yeah, I know, low stockpile. We're going to fix that. We're going to try to fix that. Still need to fix it some more. Let's do this. And we can build up a little bit. Okay, so on a homeworld, because we're earning 27, each one of these produces 12 food. So we can take this, place it with the generator district. I don't like my homeworld to be split between all three districts like this. It's hard enough. So I'd rather just go with 2 and enough city districts here to provide us the housing we need. Okay, we can go for the disruptor or the chemical plants. We don't really need chemical plants yet. The black hole observatory, that might be helpful. Here are the Kopenjaxi raiders. You guys need to go raid these fools down here. Barnard's Star. There's the off-world trading company. We can buy that. I don't think we have any piracy yet. From anywhere. We don't. And we have... Yes. Okay, let's spend some of this then on farming subsidies, capacity overload. This will just give us more. This is one thing I do like about playing small is you're not spending your influence all the time expanding. So you have an option to, you can get your edicts going all the time, and you can also have extra influence for things like nominating the Galactic Hub, which we got. So we are the market leader.
Next generation species updates deployed.
Alright, all of our people just got their species update, which is supposed to help with the consumer goods. It did a little bit, 4 points worth basically. It's not significant, but we updated our species to have this pop consumer goods upkeep minus 10%. So that's where we're at with that.
Upscaling complete.
We have some ships down here. I want to take this fleet, add ship designs to it. So we'll do
Upscaling
like
complete.
And then when we have enough alloys, we'll... Actually, what we should probably do right now with this fleet is just click this and then spend the points. The key thing here is to try to get our fleet power to be equal or better than theirs, so that they'll be less tempted to want to go to war with us. People tend not to go to war with you if they know that they're outgunned. So this has a robot that is unemployed. We're going to resettle it on Earth. So Earth is going to have a few more jobs. How many people they got? 1 Stark Enterprise and 2 robots. Because right now they're... all those robots are not doing anything. we don't have the tech yet to allow them to work.
Upscaling complete.
So I assume all of our minor jobs are taken by robots? No, they need to be. Why is that not? Oh, we don't have free jobs for the Starks to take. Okay, well in that case, here's what we're going to do. Let's do this. We need to provide 2 jobs down here. Commercial zones provide more jobs in the form of clerks, which provide money. So for the time being, I'm going to put 2
Research
of those on
actualized.
my planet. Our trade deal with them went out. The Kalazan Republic is at 90, so that didn't help. We really didn't move the needle with that trade at all. Civilian fabricators, that's the upgrade. Star Fortress Pace Play Steel Armor, I want that.
Upscaling
Get a little
complete.
bit of an upgrade there. So here's another robot on this planet, which is of no use unless we want to, because there's already 2 open jobs. I guess we could start doing some farming on this planet then. I don't like to split things. This might be the wiser decision here, is to take all these energies and just put them over into food and then sell the excess food off. That way our robots are working and they're not sitting there being unemployed. So
War declared.
let's do that. War declared. That always scares me every time now. The Pose Jock Corporation and the Han conglomerate. So Pose Jock is right there and Han is right there, and they're going to be fighting over that little plot of land. And the Wasari, of course. The Altair system is what they've grabbed now. Where's Altair? Right there. So they've grabbed to there. Let's see. Claims. I can't look at their claims, can I? Nope. Only my own. But we can't make claims because we're fanatic pacifists. So we're not going to be dominating anybody's... We're not going to be taking over anybody's stuff. No war this playthrough for us. No offensive war. This is the Kelazon. Garbage. Where are they at? They're over here on the other side. You guys need to fight the Wasaris. Keep them busy. Leave me alone. What do we got here? The Pose Jock. They're headed over in that direction. Good. They're busy fighting them. They're not fighting us. Typically. Ethics shift for the Han. We need more alloys, and currently we're okay with consumer goods. So this slot here would be nice to provide some more amenities, but that agricultural district
Research
is not
actualized.
necessary. So we're gonna at the second. So we're gonna build alloy factories. Upgrade
Upscaling
speed.
complete.
Alright. I don't care about uplift. Habitability modification allows us to change preferred planet type of species through a genetic modification. That's nice if we have people coming in. Terraforming gases. We don't really need those yet, but we should get them. We don't need them yet because our empire sprawls at 100, and as we continue to add districts, we're going to bump that admin capacity up. So colonizing the planet right now would push us way over, and we don't want to do that. Han conglomerate, ruthless capitalists. So the Han, the Azova, we don't have a commercial deal with them, do we? No, and it's their unfriendly attitude. So even though it says they're plus 20 because of xenophilia, they don't want to have any kind of a deal with us. Alright, fleet command limit increased.
Research actualized.
Sorry, are still superior. They're the ones we have to worry about. Let's see. Hyperdrive 2 or the shield capacitor. Well, let's grab the shield capacitor. So what I'm not going to do is be building defense platforms down here until I feel like we're secure up north. War. The Kelazon are now at war with these people over here. Huh? Again, great. As long as they're at war with each other and not us, I'm happy. These guys need more housing. So Alpha Centauri needs more housing. They also have more job space. Communications established with the Artisan Troop. Yes, and when I have money, let's see. The Artist Enclave. Opinion. +10. Gain access to the Exhibit Art Monument decision that can be enacted on one planet with the following. Amenities +10 and Immigration Pull +50%. Oh, that's nice. That's not what I want, though. And Curator Enclave. What do they got? Aid us in our research. For 3,000, it gives the Curator Insight modifier added for 120 months, giving us the following effects. Yes, we're going to definitely do that. So that's some added research, which is nice. Ruler was elected. So research speed, okay. Which means our science ship no longer has a person on it. Let's grab this person. Have them assisting that research. Back to this planet. What do I want to do with this? We don't have the... Oh yeah, it's got gas extraction wells. Planet limit of 1. We should put that person to work. And we'll do a capital. We'll build that up. Right now we're building... We have 2 gas extraction wells. These require gas to upgrade. So when we start to get crunched and we need more jobs on this planet, this is going to be how we're going to do it. And in fact, we might as well just upgrade one of those right now, because that'll provide 3 more researcher jobs. My plan here is to build defense platforms here. And once I feel like this is as secure as I can make it with a fleet and defense platforms, then we'll worry about doing this one. The Wasari Mandate are in our space. They have a fleet of 2,422.
Research
We
actualized.
can get a good look at what their fleet looks like. They have rank 2 for all of those, and then they have this. It's got Sentinel Point Defense. Those are their corvettes. Point Defense, Armor Hull, and some kinetic damage. They got like split between 3. It's entirely corvettes. Robot Assault Army and Droid Workers. Yes, I definitely want that. Because droid workers can start doing more jobs. Then we run into fewer population problems. What are you guys doing here? Where are you going? Unknown orders. Where are you going? I want to see where they're going. Are they just hovering? Are they just hovering around us? They are. Okay, we can't have that. Can't have that. Sorry. Just can't have that. I can't have them sitting over there waiting to destroy us like that. That's not cool. That's just, no. Can't do that. I know that puts us at risk. That makes them 25. That makes them hate us even more, but that's just not good. Try to get my fleets up. What do we get? Diplomatic Edict went away along with education campaign and healthcare campaign. Okay, let's go get those back up. The diplomatic grants I don't think do very much, but the education campaign is nice, and healthcare for pop growth is good. Peace festivals, since we're at 781 influence, we might as well spend this, make people a little happier, make them a little more productive. You can see what your bonuses look like. Stability bonus. So resources from jobs is 18%, trade value is 18% on the home world. That's nice.
Research actualized.
Those are nice bonuses the higher you can get them. Terraforming gas is great. Civics slots 1. I'd kind of like to have that. It costs some influence to reform your government, and we would... Why don't we do that right now? Because that would be beneficial to us. Shield capacitor. Alright. The UV laser is the cheapest thing on there. I do want the plasma thrower. We have some stuff to refit if we can get that plasma thrower. Okay, so the Enlightened Kingdom of Jube and the Blessed whatever. Enlightened Kingdom of Jube is up here in the Blessed Edix Theocracy. So that's funny. The Blessed Edix Theocracy is evangelizing zealots, and the Enlightened Kingdom of Jube are evangelites. So the two of the religious people are going to go at each other. My God is better than your God, and we're going to shove it down your throat. Okay, so be it. If you say so. Our fleet command limit just
Upscaling
went up.
complete.
So we're gonna do some of this. We're not actually gonna upgrade all that. But just adding the ships, and then we add this stuff later when we have time. There we go. More communications, Zura Corp. Great. Let's grab a few more of these. We're really behind on these, aren't we? We need to get more of them on planets. This planet do not happy. And what we can do if we have them, how much is it? It's distribute luxury good. That wouldn't quite get us out of the hole, though. We just need to build something for that. Earth. There's another slot. Alright. What I've kind of learned when I'm playing really, really small is, like, we're at 94 of 100 now. We can't build a habitat. So what we need to do is use these last 3 slots for one of each of these. Because that's how we're going to get upgrades. So gas extractions.
Research actualized.
All those things. Crystals, blah, 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 blah. Hey, that didn't take long. Cold fusion reactor, let's get it going. The Wasari fleet power is now equivalent to them, and our technological level is higher, so that's promising. And we got what I wanted, which was this thing. Yep, plasma thrower. So the blue laser is 8 to 21, and it does 50% to armor damage. This is 12 to 25, and does 100% to armor and 50% to pull. So these all get replaced. And then just to be a little more clear, it's armor and hull, so I renamed them. And over here on the back side of this one, I'm going to throw a plasma thrower. And on the smaller one, that's going to, right here on the back side of that, plasma thrower's there. And then the defense platform, so we're going to have one of these. And in fact, let's fix some of these shield capacitors. So armor medium, we'll do them here. The shield capacitors will help with our that bit of business. These are larges. We don't have enough power to run 2 of those. So that's why I'm only doing 1. Then you can go back here and you can say on the Corvettes we want afterburners. And if they run out of power, then I have no problem switching it out for armor instead, making these guys all armor. The afterburners help them with evasion. And as the afterburners get better, they cost less power. So if they're evading, they're not getting hit. And it doesn't matter. You got shields or armor. Not getting hit is better. This, can we put shield capacitor on? Not quite. Okay, unless we want to replace some armor. So I'm not going to do that just yet. Leave all those guys the same. On the destroyers, because what is it? That power is power required on that one. That's a plus 65. The point defense one, you wouldn't be able to put it on that or that either. So that works. Somebody could come down here and say, hey, upgrade your fleet. It's going to cost you.
Upscaling complete.
Again, most of our alloys, but that's what we got, right? We just, all we can do is use what we got. As far as how many we can buy, we could spend 10 grand and buy a bunch of them. Oh no, that was the wrong thing. Right. Bought the wrong thing. Okay, we could buy 1,200 for 11 grand. See, I wasted some money doing that because I clicked the wrong thing. But my hope in doing that is that we'll stay above these guys. We can get to better than equivalent.
Actualized.
And these guys are equivalent now, the Pozoks as well. So if we can stay above them, maybe they'll leave us alone. Exotic gas refineries. I want Star Fortress. We need, this would help to pay for things. So we'll do miners first. Now, synthetic droids should change things here for us a little bit. It should, yeah, what do we have here? So we got farmers. Job as farmer. Do we have species modification for robots yet? We don't. Weird. Usually get that way before I get droids. The cool part is, with droids now,
Ships upscaled.
we'll be able to do the flesh is weak. Robot upkeep across the sleds. Pop assembly speed will be. We'll go synthetic, and it's only because here's why I say go synthetic. I'm not sure that any one of the ascension trees is any better than the other. Engineered evolution, flesh is weak, or psionics. But the thing is, if you don't go flesh is weak, let's pick this UV laser because that unlocks thing. If you don't go with the flesh is weak, you do. What happens is what happened last series. You get the robot uprising, and it can be at the most inopportune time, which is what happened last series. It was not good for us. So I don't want to have a robot uprising as a small empire that doesn't have a lot of resources to deal with it. By the end game, you do, but I mean, by the end game, I might have 3 huge fleets, and they might be halfway across the map trying to deal with something else, and then I get a robot uprising, and then I'm kind of screwed. So I'm gonna go synthetic to prevent the robot uprising because I want to maximize my use of robots here. Eyeball. Okay, you don't have anything, so we should probably build those things for you. Eye of Hawking. This is our one black hole. What are you punks doing? The Pow's Jack Corporation. They have 600 there. I didn't get to see what those other ones were. If they were a lot bigger. We're running around with fleets of 2.7k and 1.7k, so I don't feel too bad about that. Alright, we're one more away from picking up that next ascension. So these guys are running out of housing, so we're gonna have to spend that city district on housing. It's just no alternative. Nothing we can do about it until we get more upgrades. For instance, city districts provide 1 additional housing here from Prosperity. And then, is there another one in here?
Research actualized.
Capital buildings and housing buildings provide 1 + 1 housing each. So those are great. Experimental and subspace navigation I don't really need. None of this stuff I really need. None of this is important right now. So let's go for that.
Research actualized.
Elgate insights I don't care about. Mining station output for 4,000. This should go really quick. And then we can think about picking up that cruiser. And then that might start to give us an edge. Once I start to feel like I have some kind of edge in fleets and ships and things like that, then I can play a little less paranoid and just focus on Just researching buildings and habitats and things of that nature. We're at 94 out of 100 on our Empire Sprawl. We're going to go over it eventually. Hopefully we just don't go over it very far.
Upscaling complete.
And then we'll get the research from society. Farming subsidies, capacity overload. Those edicts went off. Since we have 857 influence, we should just turn them right back on. At least one of them. We're going to turn capacity overload on. Terraforming gases for when we want to start terraforming planets.
Upscaling complete.
This one, we can terraform it. So let's go to our edicts and do that. We're going to spend 49 gases on terraforming gases, and we're going to spend some money. Oh, no, we're not yet. Okay, hold on. We got a new civic slot. Fleet command limit is cheap. Food processing facilities are cheaper. We got a new civic slot. So, we want to reform the government. We don't have a lot of choices here. Franchising gives you the effects of the impact of our branch offices on our Empire Sprawl. We don't even have any branch offices. Free traders, our branch office value plus 10%, and our trade value is plus 10%. That's not too bad. We don't care about this because of war exhaustion gain. I don't really care about that. Ruthless competition is alright, and trading posts. Starbase capacity plus 4. This is actually awesome. So we're going to take that. And the reason that's awesome is because then that's how you, as a smaller empire, grow your naval capacity, is by basically, this is going to be all of our space, but we're going to end up with a starbase on every single system, more or less. So that's going to be fantastic. So we're a little short on cash. We're not going to worry about terraforming yet. It's not necessary. It's just kind of like a let's get it ahead of time thing going on. These guys have jobs available. They certainly need more city. These guys are falling short on consumer goods. We are, as a group, we're still spending way too much money buying them flat out. So we're going to
research actualized.
Improve that. There's the hyperlane register. What do we have now? Technicians, a disruptor. These are the cheap things. The disruptor is the cheapest thing right now. We're just going to research it to kind of get it off the board, even though I don't really use them a lot. Are any of these worlds going to be good for OOC? So there's one with 16 districts. That one doesn't have a lot. It's kind of a crappy world. This one has 18. And this one has not a lot. So, Beta Kaylee. Uh-oh, and now the Marauders want to harass us. So we're just going to give them tribute for food to get them off of our back. I like that there's an easy way to get them off of our back.
Research actualized.
Food processing facilities. Logical adaptation. We don't have any deals with other species right now, so it's not a big deal. Max occupancy here. We're going to grab the hydroponic farms, even though we're probably not going to use them very much. Point being, these two planets over here, this one with 16,
research actualized,
and this one down here with 18, these are ideal for the EQ Monopolis. Durasteel armor, fusion missiles, Ripper autocannon, robot modification points. That's what I want. The best EQ Monopolis one is probably this, Beta Kaylee, because it only has 2 mining districts. It has 18 total districts, so it's going to convert a lot of these over to the EQ districts. This is really actually pretty fantastic, and it's an ocean world, so yeah. Does not have the policy protect this has pre-sapience on it. Oh, really? Okay, policies. Pre-sapience, protected, tolerated, hunted, exterminated. Tolerated. Pre-sapience can be selected with perks.
Research actualized.
I'm going to change that. Naval capacity plus 3. Leader lifespan 5 years. Naval capacity from soldier jobs. We're going to do that because we're going to be using those buildings later. We'll just get it out of the way now. So if we do this now, we can terraform it. I turned the terraforming gases on, so we're going to do it now. We're going to change it to a continental
Research
world.
actualized.
Since it's going to take several years to do. The Research Institute, that's what I want. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We need that on Earth. That's going to be the next building here on Earth. So Earth has... What are we getting for gases? 4 exotic gases. We can afford to raise up one more research building. Peace in our time. Those people made peace with each other. Good for them. Curator Research Aid. We would like to extend our contract for 3,000. Yes, because we need the research. That's the thing with playing small. There's a bunch of little ways to get all kinds of little research bonuses. For instance, on our homeworld is the research planet. We always have a researcher assisting research from a spaceship, so there's an additional 12% across the board. You want to make sure that when you get edicts that allow you to have research grants and things like that, that you always have them on, and then make use of artisan troops and things like that for additional research bonuses. So that's pretty cool.
Research actualized.
And if you can do that all, you can jump out ahead here. It's just a matter of surviving the beginning part of the game. There's uplift, which I don't really care about, but let's grab it to get it off of there and get it out of the way. So yeah, anything you can do. Trader Enclaves, Martyrs, Traders. These guys, what do they have for us? If we become their patron, what happens? 3,000 patron of the arts. It adds unity. I'm gonna do that. I like doing that with them as well because the added unity does. Again, it costs you money, but we're building a lot of food now, so we can afford to sell a bunch of it.
Upscaling complete. Research actualized.
Robo-modding, great. Okay, let's look. We could grab the cruiser, or we could grab research speed right now. It's really cheap, so let's grab some more of that first. And then let's go do robo-modding. Robots, create templates. We got some easy ones here. Robot, miner. And we give him minerals from jobs. Create that template. Then we say robot. Robot, farmer. Create that template. And then what else do we have here? Let's choose energy credits from jobs, amenities from jobs, pop housing usage, robot upkeep. These traits are cheap. Pop assembly speed. So if you go pop assembly speed and housing usage, this just becomes let's see, I'm gonna call them robot fast, so they can be built fast. So then, on our homeworlds, go here and do things like this. This planet already has pretty much as many robots as it can have. Well, no, I guess not. They're all miners. It's got one working a clerk job. They can't work technician's job yet, but they can work clerk jobs. So what we can do is, to make our population grow even faster, is we can say, grow the robot fasts. On this planet, since there's a bunch of miners and a bunch of food, take a look at this and say, there's a robot working a gas extraction well. Wow, that's cool. Robot working miners and robot working food. We can set these guys up to do robot farmers. They'll get a nice food bonus, 15%, and they'll start taking these food jobs. And then on this planet, since it's also, there's going to be some food, but it's mostly mining, I think I just want these guys building fast robots as well. So there we go. And then we can go down to species if we wanted to. We could say, like, for instance, apply the robot farmer template to, like, Alpha Centauri, which has all the food ones. So if we do that, it's 19 months to do that. That engineering and research gets put on hold, which is like, should have waited until... I like it later on in the game, when your robot modifications take about 2 months to do. That's when it's really nice. Alright, we got 2.4k. So I'm going to continue spending some of our alloys. Except, we're sorry, Mandate is still equal with this. The Cal Azan Republic is now inferior. That's awesome. So, we like that. Earth, we're working on building the research thing.
Upscaling complete.
Research Institute, 9 months away, 8 months away now. So we're going to save that slot and build that. Here on this planet, I would still like to have more alloys. There's also the matter of the food thing, food processing filters. That's an additional 15%, so we have to put that down. I mean, that's what makes kind of like the most sense, right? Alright, incoming transition. Patrons, we would like to donate. We don't. Can't afford to donate right now. Alright, we're going to grab this. This is going to get us the next thing. The flesh is weak. Robot upkeep, minus 10%. Yay. Alright. Initiate project. The flesh is weak. It's got 86 months, so we're going to wait for species modification to happen first. And then
Special project actualized.
kind of going to wait on this until something is not so good happening. Wormhole travel. Chemical plants. That's what we need. I don't care
Research
about wormhole travel right
actualized.
now. Naval capacity, fleet command limit, commerce megaplexes. Let's get those buildings off the board. Unspent trait points. Robot. How did all these species get on here? Wait a minute, toggle species. Join galaxy species. No, empire species. Thank you. Okay. These robots, that's why it's saying trait points still have, because we still have these robots. We would need to apply one of these templates to somebody. So we're going to apply the minor template to the guys on Earth and the
Upscaling
guys
complete.
there. 18 months. Defensive packs, migration treaties, all these things that have nothing to do with us. Terraformed into a continental world. That's what we like to hear. There's our research institute. So it's been terraformed. We're going to wait. We're at 98 Empire Sprawl. And it's going to take us a little while before we can get the Ecumenopolis next. That is way down here.
Research
Arcology
actualized.
project. We require anti-gravity engineering technology. Requires an empty. So we have a ways to go before we get there. Edicts expired. Let's see. What's cheap? Energy Nexus. Let's do that. What expired? Diplomatic grants, education campaign, healthcare. Okay. So keep your edicts up, especially when you've got all kinds of influence. Education,
Upscaling complete.
healthcare, pop growth. Not gonna do recycling right now because my consumer goods are okay. Food processing facilities on this planet. Research agreement broken between those peoples. This world is nice and it's got a bunch of mining districts. We actually want to terraform this and colonize this when we finally have the power to do so. The Ecumenopolis comes first, of course, but this is going to be really important too. Patron newsletter. Don't want to donate. I don't need it. You donate 500 energy credits and you get 50 influence. Well, we don't need the influence right now.
Upscaling complete.
And there's nowhere. These guys are ruthless capitalists. The Atrellan concern. Right here. Right there. So if we go down here and look at their planet, Utro, we can't do any branch offices because we can't have corporate authority with them. Because they are ruthless capitalists. The Harmonious Collective won't give us a commercial pack. So this is the thing. Look how many factions we have on this map, and there is not a single one of them right now that we can... These guys are ruthless capitalists as well. There's nobody that we can form a... that we can put branch offices on. So that's why I say I've had just incredibly bad luck playing mega corporations, because I get no factions I can put branch offices on, and I'm not going to spend hordes and hordes and hordes of money trying to win them over for that. This is a rare tech I don't care about. Plasma accelerator, sure. Hyper entertainment business management. What? Let's grab that since it's cheap. It's 12 months, so. Earth. Earth says, we do not have enough housing. I know you don't. You got a real serious housing problem there. I'm trying to think of how we solve that. We might have to take the gene clinics and replace them with luxury residences. Same thing with the robots eventually. Because I really don't want to get rid of those districts if I don't have to. I mean, I will if I have to, but I might get rid of one generator district so that we can have another city. But where this planet is starting to grow up past 75, if we need more people, we can always transfer them from other planets. So, in fact, this decision needs to be back on those guys. Earth can do the same thing. They actually have enough banked food. Might as well. They're gonna need some more jobs too. So let's do this. These cost crystals. How many crystals do we have? 2. Or we can provide them more research. Would be better.
Research actualized.
Star Fortress. Robot
Research
modification.
actualized.
Minerals from miners. Let's do planet build speed so it's out of the way fast. Ecological adaptation. Leader pool size. Anything that doesn't take a long time, especially in society research. I want to get the next 2 administration bumps from research up, and then the situation changes. Question on this planet is going to be, what do we want to do right now? We're still buying way too many civilian goods as far as I'm concerned, so I'd like us to not be dependent on buying them at all. I'd like to be able to just sell stuff. I like selling stuff. That's great. And I'd rather not have to sell minerals. I'd rather just have these minerals. We need to be free of selling these completely by the time we get to Ecumenopolis, because we're going to need all of these to turn them into alloys. That's how that
Research
works.
actualized.
Alright, what do we got here? What's cheap? Weak command limit. You guys are really going to need some upgrades here, aren't you? That requires a gas. I think the thing to do here on this planet is spend the last slot on gas extraction wells, but we don't have them. Exotic gas refineries, we don't have those. Okay, what do we got here? Survey speed, experimental subspace navigation. I'm gonna take these rare techs to get them off out of my choices. I don't want them here. That one's nice. Defensive platform. All hit points, I'll take that one. And here's the other thing. We're starting to end up in a situation where we're going to get unemployed pops, and there's not going to be a lot we can do about this after a little while. I'm going to build those ahead of time. And so once you start to see a regular occurrence of unemployed pops, the thing to do is go into species and say Utopian abundance. a little. It requires a little bit more. Yeah, you can
Upscaling
see
complete.
that really pounded that way more than I thought it was gonna. That is really bad. So I probably shouldn't have done that yet. Oops, not like that. So
Upscaling
let's see how this
complete.
works. That really hurt. I probably didn't, and then now we can't change it for 10 years, so
Research
let's see.
actualized.
What other edicts can we do? Recycling campaign. Turn that sucker on. Can't afford to donate right now, that's for sure. Farming. Okay. Yeah, we shouldn't have turned that on. Darn. Didn't think it was going to chew that big of a hole in us, but it sure did.
Research actualized.
Executive retreat. That's not something we can use because we don't have branch offices right now. Let's grab Fleet Academy office. Stop rolling by there. Colony development speed, just to get it off the board. We're in the energy hole. We didn't want to be in. Alright. I'm going to upgrade this building. How many crystals do we have? 2. I'm going to upgrade this for jobs. I'm also going to replace this with luxury residences. We're going to grab, okay, for housing, capital buildings and housing buildings provide a +1 housing each. We want to adopt domination next. 100%. And we lost an admiral, which I don't care about right now.
Research actualized.
City district housing +1, thank you. That would help a ton. We're making food, that's good. So
Research actualized.
food can be sold. That research happened really quickly. Let's see. No, let's get that rare tech off of there. So, but the problem is now we don't have any numbers for anything, and we're still hemorrhaging some money there. Hopefully when these commerce megaplexes get done, these robots and people will grab those jobs and our trade will go up and get out of the damn hole. Peace festivals. Peace in our time. Oh, capacity overload. Turn that back on, please. Thank you. Because we're going to need it.
Research actualized.
Fleet Academy. Alright, administration capacity. So there's one of them right there. That's going to give us another 20.
War declared.
War declared between the Han and the Athlete Alliance. That's the Han are up here and the Athlete Alliance are right there. So that research, see, we're over the admin camp for the first time, and we're over by +1. So it's giving us a technology cost of
Research actualized.
0.4%. We would like to extend our contract for the research speed, yes. I know that puts us in a big hole here, but I want that research speed. Let's see. Wormhole travel. Let's do that and get that off the board. Yep. Should not have switched
Upscaling complete.
to that living condition yet. Should not have done it. Living standards, utopian abundance.
Research actualized.
Ugh. Is it too soon? It's nice to have for later, man. Jeez, especially later. It's really nice. City district housing, more. Oh yes, please. That'll give us 2 in a row. That'll be really great. That'll provide us with a bunch of housing, which would be
Upscaling
fantastic.
complete. Upscaling complete.
Okay. You guys have a person waiting for a job.
Research actualized.
Admin capacity. Gene modification points. No deal. Let's see. Gene modification points. You kind of got to take that. Alright. What about here? Oh yeah, this. How much gas do I have? One more. Do this. Hope that the plus 25, the extra 10% helps with that. How many crystals do we have? One more. Earth. Yeah, I know. Our resources are getting low. I got you. I got you. We're gonna have to sell some of these, aren't we? So I made a mistake. Made a mistake going for Utopian Abundance way too soon. Oh, we're also over our naval capacity. That's hurting us big time. We gotta fix that. We can fix that with research. Squeeze every last drop out of these that I can. Let's see if we can get ourselves out of trouble. Borders closed.
Research
I
actualized.
really don't want to have to build another commerce megaplex, but I have to. Energy credits from technicians, please. Yes. What do we have here?
Upscaling complete.
We would be better off on this planet, especially housing-wise, if we took all of this food, transferred it over to Generator District, and took the extra slots and turned them into housing. Now we'd lose a bunch of food in the process. Is the problem. We don't really have anywhere else that we're grabbing a bunch of it from, do we? Nope. We gotta have one food planet, so that can't change. What do we got here? We got 2 Stark Enterprises. Let's build them. There's gonna be 3 more by the time this is done built, but this will provide some more trade. That'll help us with our financial situation until we can get years past and I can switch this back. Oh my gosh! Living standards, decent conditions. When can I change? 2302 is when I can change that back. It says. Okay. 2302. Production targets. Mineral purification plants. Yay, yes, we desperately need that. This is a specialist, so I gotta wait until I can do something to upgrade him. Because a technician isn't a specialist, is it? Is a technician a specialist? Translucer, enforcers, artisans. Yeah, it's not. Technician counts as a generic worker. So I have to like put up another research building here, which would make that number go down even worse.
Upscaling complete.
Okay.
Research actualized.
Wait a minute. No, I needed to buy 5 more, didn't I? What am I doing here? Research actualized. Minerals from miners, yes, that'll help. All those kinds of things will help. Yeah, I don't want to be minus on there, so let's go.
Research actualized.
More research actualized. Energy credits from technicians, yay! Let's get colony development speed off there. Alright. Uh-oh. It's because of this, darn it.
Research actualized.
Yeah, I know. Ecological activity, food processing centers. Let's just get the claim more influence thing off there. That's hurting us. Okay, we gotta go back to this. Those earn a lot of money for selling them. We should be okay if we sell those. We'll see there. We barely earned those. What do we get? Governor died. Okay, give me a good governor. That'd help. Prime. Clear blocker cost. Later experience gain. Give me the leader with the experience gain then. Well, thanks to me being dumb, we're in a hole. Hopefully a hole we can get out. Here we go. Mineral purification plants. Mineral purification plants. That'll help. Let's see how that works. We'll get those built, and then we'll end the episode. We'll see how that affects our bottom line here. Because this was a mess. 2302 is when it said I could change those back. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Utopian living standards are really nice later on. And I had a small empire that had, by the end I think I had six planets and 3 or 4 habitats and a couple of ring worlds, so it took up quite a bit of this. I had a lot of unemployed pops as I was moving them around to the ring worlds and stuff, and they were creating all kinds of extra research. This right now is the biggest problem, is the naval capacity being over. And we could go down here and we could do this. This would help. Strongholds.
Research actualized.
Planetary shield generator. Okay. Let's get it off the board.
Upscaling complete.
Incoming transmission. Duomax. Yes. And who died? Scientist. Give me this. Oh, good. Yes. And what is this? Diplomatic grants, edicts. And terraforming gases, but we're not terraforming anything right now because we don't have any money.
Research actualized.
Education campaign. Okay, a bunch of stuff happened. Fleet command limit. Let's grab that. Healthcare campaign. I want that one because that's pop growth. That's the one I really need. And production targets, which would help.
Research actualized.
Mining station output, please. Yes. Alright, we're going to stop right there. We're going to stop it there, folks. Thanks, as always. This episode would have gone a little better if I hadn't screwed it up. That's my fault. So, we hit the utopian living standards too soon. So let that be a lesson too. But anyway, as always, if you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. If you think the episode is cool, give it a thumbs up. And if you have a question or comment, drop it down below. I will do my best to respond. I'll see you guys next time.